So I have spoken to people that have been in the porn industry before, and one thing that they pointed to me, which I just think that if people know this, I don't see how any person in good conscience could consume porn, is how high the suicide rates are for women in the industry.
Yeah.
And how drugged a lot of these women are to give themselves the confidence to be able to do what they are doing.
Yeah.
And how drugged they are after they do these scenes to be able to try to numb the pain of realizing what they have just done or what they have contributed to. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, so in 2018, there was like back-to-back suicides. I mean, it was every month. I think it was like 5 or 6 months in a row, somebody was dying. I have probably 15 friends that have died to either suicide or drug overdose. I just lost somebody that I was very close to last year. There's a very high death rate in the porn industry. And as far as drugs, I mean, I was one of those drug addicts. I had left the industry at one point at my 3.5-year mark because I was withdrawing from heroin.
This is why I chose to live in Dubai and not in LA. It's no longer the American dream, it's the Dubai dream.
See, after traveling to 80 countries around the world, I found that Dubai is the best place to live and work.
And it just gets really extreme, like you were saying, abusive.
Did you ever go through those experiences where you had to do a scene where it was very aggressive and you just felt like...
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail. Like, honestly, some of my experiences are really humiliating for me. And I wish that they never happened. There's stuff going on, like people getting pissed on. Men are pissing inside of women's vaginas, assholes, down their throats. Sorry.
Oh, don't cry.
Told me something like this.
Now I'm crying. I'm like, God damn it. No, don't cry.
I'm
It's
just
okay.
giving some examples. But
No, that's really hard, and I think, like I had mentioned earlier, it's just so important for young men to stop viewing women as sex objects, because I believe that, instilling that curriculum in school at a younger age, and they had actually said
Piper is kisses are so nice. Who's a good girl? Yeah, who's a good girl? You are. Alright. Kiss on. Try it first.
Today you will discover the secret of the fame and lust of many influencers, women you see out there, and where so much money comes from. The IG models of Dubai and the entire porn industry, exposed, and at the end of this documentary you will discover also how to get rid of many evils on the internet and the mafia triggers behind it. It took several nights of investigation until I arrived at the necessary evidence about what is going on behind this market, and believe me, everything you will see here today is completely insane, and maybe it only depends on you to save a generation.
Artlist.io.
The IG models in Dubai and the porn industry, a call for awareness.
Dubai. This is the most privileged city in the country of the United Arab Emirates, having been an independent state within the country of the United Arab Emirates for almost 70 years, but being part of the business, as soon as people arrive in Dubai they can see wonderful beaches, hotels, luxury cars and beautiful women on rented yachts, not to mention that there is gold everywhere and there is no poverty in this place, and according to the law of the United Arab Emirates, the practice of prostitution is prohibited in Dubai. So you can even see beautiful women there, but know that there are no prostitutes in Dubai. But is all this really true? Is there really gold everywhere? And most importantly, although the country's constitution does not allow women to prostitute themselves in Dubai, do people really follow this ritual law? Including the Arab sheikhs themselves, or is it all a scam? But today the truth will come out and you will realize how Dubai and the porn industry are not different industries from each other, and how these two industries with the same triggers destroy the lives of many, Many people in slavery and absurd mistreatment finance the profit from these industries. How women are deceived and how this has been affecting the behavior of our society in general and worse. Perhaps one of your family members could be the next victim of this whole scheme well put together by these industries. The year was 2022 when a case of homicide of a Ugandan influencer came to light because she purposely threw herself down from a building. Given the case, a lot began to be revealed, as many other videos and posts began to come out.
Open your mouth like this, you lie down. You lie down like this, and then you open your mouth. And then you do their ass like this and shit in your mouth. Their dogs will shit in your mouth, and then you have to eat. You have to eat the poo-poo. Yes. The person will not have sex with you. They'll have sex with you. So they'll give you any money you want, but a person will come and he'll and then they'll give you money.
However, it is not clear who started the discovery of the women trafficking scheme carried out in Dubai, as in addition to the video of the murder of Ugandan Mona Kiz, another video on social media of a young French influencer began to circulate. It was basically a video that was circulating on Twitter showing several women eating other people's excrement, and one woman being defecated in her mouth. The video became bizarre on social media, and then other leaked videos linked to the case and even worse ones emerged. That's where the house fell apart for Dubai. Because this case was not just any case that people could easily report to the police, as it was the Arab sheikhs themselves involved in the whole scheme. The women were invited from major modeling agencies in Africa, Europe and America, to be luxury escorts for rich men, completely powerful men who could make their most ambitious dreams come true in the blink of an eye. The women were hired through their Instagram, receiving audacious proposals, and they were asked not by a man but by another woman in most cases, which facilitated the process, as it was easier to convince them to join the scheme. The proposal was as follows. They would follow rich men at events or wherever they want, and in exchange they could pick up the clothes they wanted in any store without limitations. Beyond that, they would be entitled to free accommodation until the end of the contract, for 3 months or 6 months, and at the end even would receive up to 60,000 euros, and for other more comprehensive things that they want you to do on the weekends, the models would receive up to $10,000 for a weekend, and it doesn't stop there, as the flight that will pick them up is on them, private and free for them. This all sounds wonderful, doesn't it? But as the saying goes, there is no free lunch. All of this would have a price that they only discovered after entering the game. These models, after enjoying a bit of luxury in Dubai, like landing on yachts for free supported by the sheikhs, getting free expensive clothes, jewelry and so on, they were offered to sleep with the sheikhs in exchange for some extra money. They claimed who were bored with their wives and wanted to have adventures with other, more daring women, escaping the annoyance that their wives were, and they, without knowing what awaited them, ate the bread that the devil needs. Because they thought that joining this movement was just sexual involvement with an old man and that was it. I became rich. Because they received an offer to win up to $1 million for whoever made it to the end. But things wouldn't be as easy as they thought, and the contract they signed said that they must keep everything confidential and could be subjected to any type of sexual involvement according to the contract. If they gave up on the contract halfway, they could be left with nothing, and after they signed the contract, that was it. Their souls were already in the hands of the devil. Because after that they were subjected to very bizarre things, which is even embarrassing to talk about, but what they did was so bizarre that they were even subjected to getting involved with animals such as lions, dogs and camels, as well as being forced to eat the excrement of these same animals, and were even threatened with death if they tried to give up the contract they had signed. Another thing they did was arrest the girls' passports. After they signed the contract with the sheikhs, their passports were arrested in a safety area indicated by the sheikhs themselves, but it doesn't stop there. Many of the women were under the illusion that they would be able to find work and houses in Dubai, So much so that some even went so far as to sell their houses in their country of origin to save money to live there in Dubai if things got complicated for a moment, thinking that a sea of roses had opened to them without realizing that in fact they were on their way to opening the door to a real hell in their lives. But maybe you'll ask me the following. Why are they so aggressive towards women? Because they do these bizarre things, and the answer is very simple. But if we don't go back in time, the simple thing will seem very complicated. But the answer to that is, they are simply psychopaths.